I'm sure you've heard the scripture that we are to walk by faith and not by sight, right? But what does that really mean? You know, what does that really mean to walk by faith and not by sight? It's like even when I'm in my own crib, it don't matter how many times I've walked all around this apartment. I don't trust myself not being able to see. I don't trust that I'm going to get to wherever it is I'm trying to get to with my eyes closed. I'm always going to open my eyes to make sure I don't hit nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock anything over. So to walk by faith and not by sight is a really tough thing to do. So I wanted to talk about that today. And let's start off with, what is faith? What is faith? So according to Hebrews 11, it says that, hold on, wait a minute now. Got to get right. It says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right? And we're going to come back to Hebrews 11 later on. But with Hebrews 11, some people, with that definition, right? Some people think that us as believers and as Christians, that we're walking, I guess, with blind faith, right? And it's kind of, we're made fun of because of that belief. Or really, I guess, any religion, I suppose. An atheist is not going to really look at your belief or devotion to your God and respect it because they think you walking by blind faith and things like that. But the crazy part about it is I looked it up on Blue Letter Bible, and they said that faith is really the predominant idea of trust or confidence, whether in God or Christ. And that's basically how they defined it. That's one of its definitions that I found on there. And so I never really understood how, because everyone is walking in faith. Everyone is walking in faith. And I don't think it's blind faith, right? I think it's something that we are able to look at God. We're able to look at the history since beginning of time and say he's trustworthy. But forget history. Even in our own personal lives, we're able to look back and say, you know what? He's came through for me time and time and time again. And because of what he's done in my past, I have reason to believe he'll do it again. So it's not a blind faith where I have no evidence. I have nothing to go off of. I have something to go off of. And that's who he has been in my life all of this time. But everyone is walking in faith. For an example, believers, unbelievers, everyone gets married. You honestly think that this person that you're marrying on your wedding day is going to remain the same all the way through? No, but what led you to that altar? What led you to the proposal? Faith. You looked at things from your relationship leading up to the engagement, to the proposal. Throughout the course of that relationship, you said, I have reason to believe this person will continue this way or take it up a step. I'm having faith in that person. But that's the problem. Having faith in man is a big error because we're flawed, obviously. So I know for me and my decision, it wasn't faith. I didn't have faith in my wife. I don't have faith in myself or my wife. I had faith in God that as long as I continued to submit to him, submit my relationship to him, he's going to get us to the end. Because he's the same now, then, and forevermore. He's trustworthy. So my faith is in God, not in man. you know? And when we really talk about why it's by faith and not by sight, when you really think about who has a better viewpoint, an eagle or us on the ground, it's going to be the eagle. It's going to be a bird. Why? Because they're higher up. They have the better viewpoint. They can see all that's under them, really. And so when you think about that, if that's the case for a bird, now imagine it for God. We're talking about a spaceless, timeless being. So most of the times in the present, it's not by sight because we're going based off of what we see. And what we see, we may not know its impact on the future. But God knows our future. But if we submit to him and walk in his way, we're going to be good. But if we decide, yo, I'm going to do it my way, you don't really know. You assume, you speculate. You know what I'm saying? What you think you're going to get out of this decision later on. So we only see today. We don't see our future. God does. So like I said, we're trusting in God. It's not necessarily blind faith. We're trusting in the consistency, the track record, you know, trusting in his ability, his power, his availability, his love, you know, that's the stuff that we have reason to put our faith in him. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I wanted to get out of the way dealing with faith, because you know it's hard out here. Like I said at the top of the pod, like, yo, even in my own crib, I'm not trusting myself to walk with my eyes closed from the bedroom to the door. You know what I'm saying? Like anything could, yo, is the floor clear? All right, how many steps before I got to make this turn right here to get around the bed or whatever like that? Then I don't want to stub my toe. Like, nah, I'm not messing around with this. I'm not finna do this. You know, like having that faith and just trusting in someone is hard. It's really, really hard. So I want to get into a couple reasons why our faith may be low.